All right, folks, welcome to Worx. 2004 Suzuki Eiger 400 4x4. The significance of this is I rebuilt the top end of this motor a year ago, and the customer states that it is starting and running great. Absolutely loves it. Says, hey, Worx, good job. I take care of a lot of his stuff. If you just saw, I had a whole bunch of stuff come through here of his, and then I've got a couple more that I'm going to be doing for him. Great repeat customer. But anyway, that's the whole idea of this video. I know it's nothing too epic, but just wanted to kind of do a recap or a follow-up of an engine job I did. Maybe some people say, oh yeah, well, it's great that, it started and ran when you got it done, but how long does it last or whatever? So this will keep coming back for years and years. So this will be a good example. We can grab, that's just a shield, but I got my fingers on the pipe back here. It's cold for sure. Hasn't been started, and it's 20 degrees out. Let me show you the frost. Here's some frost here on the landing of the steps. You can still see before the sun gets it. Yeah, nice and frosty this morning. So anyway, I'm just going to do a cold start, and so it's in. He said he doesn't hear the fan. It isn't water cooled, but it does have an oil cooler, and it also has a fan that blows on the motor, I guess because it's encapsulated in plastic. But he says he doesn't hear that kick on, and he doesn't want, to ruin the motor again or what have you. And also the back brake is sticking a little bit. So I got some things to take care of, and then of course the service and all that. But why it's here, let's go ahead. Let's see, let's give it full choke. Gas is on. Right now I'm about 3/4 choke, I guess, not quite full. We'll let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll take it for a little ride. Starts right up just like he said. I could probably let it high idle a little bit, warm it up quicker. I'll go about half or a little more than half. All right, let me let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll see how she runs. It is cold this morning. Okay guys, so yeah, you can see she runs good. That's about enough of that out there. My fingertips were getting cold. I should have put some gloves on. Woo! Nippy, nippy. I don't know if I'm ready for this winter stuff yet. Anyway, I got to get some of this stuff stripped off here. What I want to do is find out what parts I need, if any, get them ordered, and then we'll get back to this in about a week when they show up. But I'm pretty sure I know what's going on with the brake. That brake lever's sticking, so it's probably just dry. And by the looks of it in there, it's pretty, yeah, it's a little dirty and dry in there. So I think that's fine. That just needs some lubing up. And then I got to get into the fan, which is in there. And we'll throw a little bit of power to the fan and make sure the fan's good. And then we'll go to the relay or what have you. So stand by. We got to get her stripped down a little bit. All right. Like we talked about, the customer stated that he did not hear the cooling fan coming on this summer. And he said it was in a lot of heat and it had to be getting hot by then. And he was a little concerned about it. You can see the fan back here in the background. There's the blades. There's the motor itself. See that? And then I found the plug here that I got a hot wire going to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ground and I'm going to touch this other terminal here. And we'll see if the fan kicks on. If it does, then we know the fan itself is good and we don't have to order one of those. Let me try to set the camera up here. Well, actually, I can probably do it with my other hand. I just got to watch. I got to watch what I'm doing here. You ready? You guys watch the fan blades back there. You'll hear it kick on too. Ready? All right, so that's the first thing you check. Always check your fan first. It's the easiest and usually the most expensive. So what I'm doing is I got this wire hooked. I'm using the onboard battery. And I've got my power going to the terminal. And then what I did was I just grounded here it is, little jumper, which I disused. And that's how a lot of these devices on ATVs, whatever, they usually work off of a ground trigger. So it's best to hook your power up directly and then use your ground to activate it. But as you saw, it works. Okay, so that's good to go. And we don't know that it's not working. That's what the customer stated. So that's the very first thing I'm going to do because it's easy. And the next thing I'll do is I got to find out if, in fact, it doesn't work, which means it would have to run until it got hot, or I can just go ahead and find the relay, which is probably, it may be that one right there, and I can try and just check the relay. That's one thing we can do. But anyway, fan works. Let's go to the next thing. Okay, guys, further investigation shows me that this particular setup does not have a relay for the fan. And what you're looking at here are two temperature sensors in the front of the engine that actually take the temperature of the oil. The furthest one over there that has like a little white around it, a little orange wire coming out, that's the actual, what they call the cooling fan switch. And that's supposed to read the temperature, and when it gets over 300 and something degrees, that's the oil, then it kicks the fan on. There's no relay. So either he's not getting it hot enough or that switch has gone bad. The other one you see next to it with the reddish plug on it, that actually just goes up to your light, lets you know that it is hot. But I guess just for a couple dollars, we're just going to go ahead and replace that and let it ride. But I am going to put this thing, I am going to put it outside. I don't think, with the temperatures as cool as they are, I don't think I can get this thing hot enough. Most people say theirs never come on unless it is really, really super hot. Again, it's not water cold, it's just oil cold. So, yeah. But anyway, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to let it sit and run, and I'll rev it up, and I'll try to get it hot to see if it actually does kick on. You know, he knows his machine. He said that, you know, he didn't hear it running much this year. But again, if you guys remember from the rebuild, maybe I still got a picture of it. This entire engine was just clogged with mud. I already scraped, see if I get a picture. Sorry, the lighting's not the best, but it was caked out way out here, all the way down to these plugs and everything. And I scraped all that off and brushed it off already. And I'm getting ready to power wash it. And you can see how much the owner did confide in me that this one has been submerged. So I imagine every time they wrote it, that fan was coming on. And of course, we got an entirely new cylinder here. The head's been all cleaned up. So it might have been running all the time before. And that being all caked up with mud may have been what caused this thing to run so hot and actually end up losing compression and need a top end. So yeah, it was pretty bad if you guys remember. But anyway, got a couple parts to get and then I'll get back to this thing. So she'll be off to the side here for a little bit. All right, guys, I'll just end it here for now, and maybe we'll do another video another time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.